Hi students, in this video we're going to learn about how to carry out polynomial division. Right, so after watching this video, you should be able to apply polynomial division to divide polynomials by a linear factor. So by a linear factor, we just mean something like x minus 3 or 2x plus 1. This divisor just needs to be linear. It can't be x cubed, it can't be x squared or x cubed or anything like that. It has to look like the equation of a line. You should also be able to determine the remainder when polynomials are divided, and then finally express our polynomial in this form. P of x equals x minus a. That was our divisor, where a is some constant. Q of x, q is the quotient, and then r is our remainder. So when we get our solution, we should be able to express our equation looking something like that. Now, the things we have to remember, really it's only one thing here, and that's to remember how to carry out long division. So for example, if I've got a number like 385, and I want to divide that by 11. And long division is a good way of doing this sort of calculation without losing any numbers along the way, especially when we've got nice large numbers. So 11 into 38 goes 3 times. And then the number that goes in underneath there is 3 times 11. And that goes into the bottom here. So 3 times 11 is 33. And then with long division, we subtract those values and we get 5. Once we subtract them, then we bring the next number down. So that's 55. And then 11 into 55 goes 5 times. Again, doing the multiplication, 5 times 11 gives us 55 with a remainder of 0. So 11, so what we can say then is 385 divided by 11 equals 35. And that should be hopefully a quick refresh on what long division should look like. Now, polynomials can be divided using the same process as long division. Now, after carrying out polynomial division, what we may actually get at the end may not be a polynomial. So for example, we've got our polynomial here at the very top. Then we've got x plus 1, so that's our divisor. And then on this far side, we get our final equation. Now the start of this bit looks like a polynomial, and that's our quotient. Right, so going back to some of our language we may have used in earlier years of mathematics, our quotient is how many times our divisor goes into the number we're starting with. So x plus 1 goes into our polynomial x squared minus 3x times. Then this number up here, that's our remainder. Now this equation here can be rearranged. So if we multiply everything by x plus 1, multiply this middle term by x plus 1, multiply the last term by x plus 1, this can be simplified quite significantly. So the x plus 1 cancels out with that one there, x plus 1 and x plus 1 cancel out there, and then x plus 1 here can just be written out the front of our quotient. So we've got p of x equals our divisor times our quotient, and then our remainder is here on the end. All right, so let's do an example looking at polynomial division and then writing our polynomial in this form at the very end there. So how we're going to do that is by, again, just setting up our long division. So our polynomial is 3x cubed minus 2x squared plus 5x minus 3. And we're going to divide that by x minus 2. Now really what we're looking for here, students, is our coefficient of our divisor and the coefficient of our polynomial as we work our way through. Okay. So looking here, we have to ask, well, how many times does x go into 3x cubed? Well, what number do we have to multiply x by to get 3x cubed? And that answer is 3x squared. Right? If we do x times 3x squared, that gives us 3x cubed. So using our long division process, 3x squared times x is 3x cubed. And that's basically how we get that part of our quotient. We look at our first term and say, right, 3x cubed, what do I have to multiply x by to get 3x cubed? Well, it's just 3x squared. We also have to multiply 3x squared by our second term as well. So that will be minus 2 times 3x squared is 6x squared. And then subtracting, 3x cubed minus 3x cubed, those cancel. 2x squared minus 6x squared. Subtracting a negative means adding, so that will be 4x squared. And then we'll bring down our next term, plus 5x. Once again, we'll look at our leading term and say, all right, how many times does x, or what do we need to multiply x by to get 4x squared? Once again, we can work that out pretty easily. 4x times x gives us 4x squared. And then 4x times minus 2x is minus 8x. Once again, subtracting those, the 4x squareds cancel, which is what we want. 5x minus 8x minus negative 8x. So again, subtracting a negative means adding. So 5 plus 8 gives us 13x. Finally, just about, x times what value gives us 13x. Well, that one again, pretty straightforward, is plus 13. So 13 times x gives us 13x. And we should have brought this last term down, so that's minus 3. And then 13 times negative 2 is negative 26. Subtracting those from each other, once again, the 13x's cancel. Negative 3 subtract negative 26 is going to be positive 23. Now we've got nothing left to bring down, so this value here must be our remainder. And then this value at the very top here, that's our quotient. So what we can say is that 3x cubed minus 2x squared plus 5x minus 3 is going to be equal to, so our polynomial is going to be equal to x minus 2, our divisor, our quotient, which we worked out at the very top here, 3x squared plus 4x plus 13, then plus our remainder is 23 plus 23. And there's how we carry out polynomial division. Alright, so after watching this video, you should be able to apply polynomial division to divide polynomials by a linear factor, determine the remainder of polynomials, we did that in our example, and then express the polynomial in this form, where we've got our divisor, our quotient, and our remainder. All of that we did in that last example.